Welcome back to the latest Freakin' 2 food review. On today's menu, we have the infamous waffle fries from Chick-fil-A that has changed the recipe recently. And later on, we've got some new goldfish flavors. But I want to start off first up with those waffle fries that everybody's talking about. People on YouTube are kind of overreacting to. Maybe they're hamming it for the camera. Is it really as bad as they say? We shall see. Now, if you haven't heard, Chick-fil-A recently changed the recipe for their waffle fries using pea starch, which they say makes them stay crispy longer. I'm not sure who was asking for that, but they did make that change. Now, a bit of a backstory on Chick-fil-A before I get started. I've got to say that Chick-fil-A is relatively new here in Vegas. I didn't grow up with it. I don't have these like warm, fuzzy childhood memories of Chick-fil-A. It's kind of a recent thing for me. In fact, a few years ago when they first arrived, I was kind of trolling. I posted on Snapchat, Raising Cane's is better than Chick-fil-A. I got flamed. I got flamed hard. Fans of Chick-fil-A are pretty hardcore. They don't like you messing with them, even if you're just joking around. But no, I like Chick-fil-A. I'm a fan of Chick-fil-A. But the thing I like the most there are the waffle fries. When I go to Chick-fil-A, I get a little bit of chicken and a lot of waffle fries, because that's my favorite thing on the menu. So when I heard they changed the recipe, I was not very happy about it. For all we know, it's actually better. We shall see. I mean, are these YouTubers out there kind of just playing it for the camera, or they have a valid reason to be upset? Let's find out right now. I just walked in with a steaming bag of waffle fries right here. I'm gonna give them a shot. Either they improved on perfection or they made them worse. Let's see. They did give me some ketchup, which if it's bad, I might need. And here we go. All right, let me take a closer look at these now. Now, I've been on Chick-fil-A enough to have a ton of waffle fries in the past. If they're different, I'll know. But let's take a quick look here. Now, they smell normal. They smell pretty good. I guess that's it though. Let's give it a shot and see what we got. Tasting the new Chick-fil-A waffle fries. I'm still eating, I'm still forming an opinion here. I'm gonna keep eating. I'm gonna keep eating these. What do you think, Bailey? All right, so to me, it's kind of good news, bad news. The good news to me is it's not as bad as some people are making it out to be. It's like, there's still some flavor there. It's not completely flavorless. I was afraid there's gonna be no flavor. There's some flavor. The bad news, it's not as much flavor. The other bad news is these are certainly drier than what I'm used to. They have a dryness to them. I don't remember the past waffle fries being so dry. These are kind of drier and a little bit less flavor. I mean, they're not terrible. I mean, some people are screaming at the camera. I mean, just relax a little bit about that. My waffle fries, why Chick-fil-A my waffle fries? Is it as good as before? I would say no. It's also a little bit drier than before. I'm not sure that it's really a change anybody asked for, or nobody said, hey, you know, Chick-fil-A would be perfect if they would just change the waffle fries to a pea starch, or if they would make the waffle fries stay crisp longer. I'm not sure anybody even asked for that. I'm gonna eat a little more of these. They're good, but I would still order these. I would still eat them, but I wouldn't be quite as enthusiastic about them as the original recipe. I would say my biggest complaint about these flavor-wise is that it feels more like the taste of a raw potato compared to the previous waffle fries. I mean, I'm not saying it's exactly the same. I'm saying it's closer to it. There's a little bit of almost like a frozen French fry taste to it. It tastes like a little bit more of a raw potato, a little bit like a frozen French fry warmed up in comparison to what it was before. It's still certainly good. To me, it's a bit of it's almost like their new Coke. You know, like remember, you probably don't remember because it happened in the 80s, but those of us old enough to remember, Coke changed their recipe in 1985 or so to new Coke, and nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it. They ended up putting their tail between their legs and going back to the original Coke. I have a feeling that people are going to question the decision to do this, and if I had to guess, they're going to go back to the original recipe. Maybe they won't. Maybe they're going to dig in, but I just don't feel like people want the new waffle fry compared to the old one. Why would you have a menu item that has taken a step back from what it used to be? I mean, I think it's good. It is crispy, but it has a little bit less flavor and tastes a little bit more like a raw potato. I think people that are screaming about it might be a little bit overreacting. I don't think it's that much of a difference, but I guess if it's your favorite item out there, then maybe you will be upset about it. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but I don't think it's quite as bad as I feared it might be. But with that, let's move on to the next course, which are the new flavors of Goldfish. We've got 4 new flavors of Goldfish. There's actually 5, the last one I couldn't find. But we've got 2 crisps and 2 grahams. Let's go with the crisps first. These are the 2 new flavors of Goldfish Crisps. We have barbecue and we have spicy dill pickle. Now, if you haven't had these crisps before, they're kind of like a hybrid between potato chips and crackers. They have quite a few flavors, but these are the 2 newest ones in their collection. I'm kind of most curious about the spicy dill pickle. Let's start there. Wow, as I open the bag, it's a strong pickle smell. It's a strong pickle smell, which is a good sign. If you like pickle, that's a good sign. That's strong pickle, wow. And there's what we've got. I mean, they look good. They look, as you can see, they're hollow. They're light and airy like that. I mean, it literally smells like a pickle. You would not know that from looking at it, but it smells like a pickle. Let's try a couple, see how they taste. It's like a parade of flavor. The first thing you get is the dill. The dill hits you right up front. And then coming up from the rear in kind of a hurry is the spice. They're nice and salty. There's kind of a vinegar flavor in there. Very light. I'll probably eat this whole bag. Now, to me, there's a kick. I like that kick, though. If you don't like being kicked, you may not like these, but the name is accurate. There's a lot of dill and there's some heat at the end. It's good. I would say every word on this package is correct. They're light and airy, and they're spicy with a lot of dill flavor. I think this one is a success. Let's move on to the barbecue now. They can't mess this up, can they? Let's see. Spicy dill pickle barbecue. It kind of smells barbecue-ish. I'm not sure if they nail the barbecue scent, but we're after the taste, not the smell. Now this is not a typical barbecue flavor. It's not there's like no smoke. Whereas this has plenty of fire. There's not even any smoke on this one. There's a sweetness to it, which I guess is not unusual. There's almost a cheesy taste to it, which is a little bit unusual. The taste is like in between ketchup and barbecue. It's like if they had some sort of a love child, that would be the flavor. It's not a bad taste. It's just not, to me, the most accurate barbecue flavor I've had before. If you're a big fan of barbecue, this may not be a good choice because it's not completely accurate in my opinion. It tastes good, it's just not the flavor I was expecting. So in the crisp category, the dill is way out on top. Let's finish things off with dessert now. We've got cupcake and cinnamon roll. That sounds pretty good. Now, if you're not familiar with the Goldfish Grahams, these are baked snacks that are sweeter and more dessert-like than regular Goldfish. Some people say they have a little bit of a Teddy Grahams aesthetic to them. I'm a big fan of cinnamon rolls. Let's see how these taste. Not a lot of scent coming out of there. You can't really tell from looking at them what they might be flavored. Let's try. It looks like there's some flavoring on the back side of them. So let's try this one. It seems like they have the most flavoring on it. Let's try that one. Am I getting cinnamon roll? Maybe. I get cinnamon. There is kind of a hint of that cinnamon roll icing flavor in there. It's certainly more cinnamon than icing, but I think they have very mildly recreated the cinnamon roll flavor. I wish that all the flavors are a little bit stronger. It's more of a graham cracker flavor with a hint of cinnamon and a hint of the icing, but it's good. I don't think anybody's gonna be disappointed in trying these. Vanilla cupcake next. There's almost no scent to this whatsoever. Down the hatch. Am I getting vanilla? I'm not getting vanilla. I'm not getting cupcake. I'm getting graham. No, yes. Now they show a vanilla cupcake with sprinkles on it, but what I'm tasting just tastes like a graham cracker. I'm not even sure I get the vanilla, and the vanilla should be the easiest part of it. So of these two, the cinnamon roll is the more accurate. To me, the vanilla cupcake just tastes like a graham cracker. I'm gonna try mixing the crisps and the grahams. First up, let's mix the spicy dill pickle and the barbecue crisps. That's interesting. What's interesting about that is I just tasted the spicy dill pickle. I didn't taste this at all. That's how much stronger of a flavor this is. This is much bolder. This is kind of subtle. This one, hands down. Even combining them, this is all I tasted. Let's do the same thing with the cinnamon roll and the vanilla cupcake. Get 2 of each. Interestingly, I feel like the vanilla cupcake diluted the cinnamon roll, so all I tasted was a graham cracker. I feel like it lost flavor by combining them. That's interesting. And once again, they have one more flavor, which is strawberry shortcake. They had a limited edition of that last year, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Even the Pepperish Farm website showed no stores in town carrying it, so I'll have to just try that one later. I can't end this video without trying all 4 of them at the same time. 2 vanilla cupcake, 2 cinnamon roll, 2 pickle, 2 barbecue. Here we go. Wow, doesn't belong together. Doesn't belong. Those flavors are so different, they didn't even blend in my mouth. They were completely distinct. They do not belong together. And guess what? The spicy dill pickle is still the strongest of the bunch. But as far as the Goldfish go, if I had to rank all 4 of these, first up, the spicy dill pickle. It's a bold flavor. It's got some heat. It's got a strong pickle flavor. They definitely recreated the taste with this one. Number 2, I'm gonna go with the cinnamon roll. I think it's pretty accurate. It's a little bit more mild than the dill pickle is, but I think that they kind of recreated the taste to some extent. Number 3, I'm gonna say the barbecue. It's not really the most accurate barbecue flavor out there, but there is a flavor there. And I'm gonna go the vanilla cupcake at the bottom. To me, it tastes like a graham cracker. I don't get the flavor at all. But that's all I've got for today's video. If you've tried the new Chick-fil-A waffle fries and have an opinion, let me know what you think. Or if you've tried any of these new Goldfish, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.